That's his name, right? The director, Kevin Feige?
Yeah.
So you guys
He's
are shit like that, bro. Don't start no conversation like that. I'm gonna be like,
he plays Happy in Iron Man, bro.
He's not the director. He's the CEO.
You ever seen Chef? That's him.
That's him. There you go.
No, I don't think I have.
That's Kevin.
Oh, dude, Chef is. You should watch Chef.
Chef is a good movie.
I almost bought a food truck.
Closest I could say is I watched The Bear, where they say yes, chef.
Yes. You watch Gordon Ramsay's shows?
Good show, but also you're missing the point, my guy.
All right, guys, welcome back to a new year. Got the boys back. We're gonna draft some MCU movies. We're gonna get it started with Angel.
All right. With the first overall pick, I'm going to choose what I think is the obvious answer. And my first overall pick is going to be Endgame.
My first pick.
It's the obvious
That was
pick.
mine.
It was the culmination of 10 years worth of groundwork that they laid down. And it succeeded. It was fantastic. Everything we wanted.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Easily number one. Is that the stuff that you were talking about, George, by the way? Just an explanation.
Like, the fuck, bro? Like, just pick the movie and shut the fuck up.
I fucking love it. You did exactly
the cinematographer of that movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Angel
I was just trying to piss George off.
George didn't want to
Let me tell you why, even though everybody agrees with this being the first pick.
I could have kept
Let
going.
me just
bro.
explain.
Okay, yes. I absolutely love Endgame. You're right. It's everything that we were waiting for, and it definitely did deliver. So for sure, it's easily a number one pick.
I feel like I should do that thing that Ann does and just piss people off with picks that are like, what the fuck?
Do it, dude. It's so satisfying.
If you don't pick Thor 4, then we're fine.
Go with Thor.
No, Thor 2 is the worst one. Thor 2 is even worse than Thor 4.
No,
Thunder.
nothing.
Oh, dude. Listen, Love and Thunder sucked, but The Dark World was fucking hot garbage.
Technically, you could start with the Hulk. The Incredible Hulk.
The original one, the Ed Norton one?
Yeah.
Is that MCU?
That's MCU.
That's MCU, yeah. It's the first movie in the timeline.
Even though it's not the right actor, but whatever.
Yeah. It's just because Robert Downey Jr. makes an appearance.
Nobody remembers.
These nerds do.
I know. I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
Iron Man, man. Same man.
Is that a Terrence Howard impression?
Yeah, they replaced him with fucking Don Cheadle.
With
Cheadle, yeah, Don Cheadle.
Woo!
oh, yes,
Second pick.
Second pick, I'm gonna go with Civil War since Angel took Endgame.
Ooh, perfect number two. That if I would have been number two, it would have been the same shit.
I
You
love
wouldn't pick Civil War 2?
Absolutely.
The second one? I didn't even know that
Civil
came
War.
out.
Civil War.
Civil War 2?
No, dumb fuck.
Civil War. Don't listen to him, man. Go ahead, Angel. What are you going to say on Civil War? Why is it number two pick?
I love the movie. It's fantastic for what it is.
Go ahead.
Not to be that guy, but the comic is so much better. The comic story is so much better.
Let me finish. Without moving into the comic part, this is why I don't like the movie. I feel that Scarlet Witch being in that movie and not just killing everybody is the part that kind of gets me. She shouldn't have been in that movie, and it would have been great without her in it. She, just like they didn't put the Hulk in for a reason, just like they didn't put Thor in it for a reason, they shouldn't have put Scarlet Witch in there. Because she could kill everyone.
Because she's overpowered.
Because she's too OP, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if one of the sides had Hulk, one of the sides had Thor, it's too one-sided.
But she also didn't have full control of her powers at the time. Like, she didn't know the full potential of what she could do. That's the whole storyline with her in that movie, is that she doesn't really know what her powers are capable of. That's why she's not OP in the movie. It's not until Multiverse of Madness that she's, like, a super badass.
You guys are fucking nerds, bro. The third pick. I was like this close to being like, I'm not going to be a part of that one. Like, I watched them, but I don't care enough about them to fucking have a
Dude, that movie's great, though. You really don't like...
That movie is great.
As an outside person not seeing, like, comics and stuff, that movie's badass. Like, it would make me want to think, like, what else? Go deeper.
And it's also just refreshing that it's superheroes versus superheroes and not a bad guy.
For sure. 1-on-7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Third pick. Give me Infinity War.
Well, I like Infinity War. I'm sorry. I love Infinity War. There is no wrong answer to an Avengers movie.
So far, this is in order of my list, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good here.
My biggest issue with Infinity War, or my only issue, I guess, is that I understand why but I just didn't like that nothing was permanent. Basically, the movie doesn't exist.
Correct. We could go
which annoys
in
me.
the timeline without using that movie, right? Like you could watch the movies and just skip that.
Well,
one.
the thing is, it doesn't exist because they go back in time,
Right.
And they erase it, right?
So and erase it. So the movie essentially doesn't exist, which is I hate when movies do that.
I concur on that. That's fine. But as a movie,
I follow that logic.
I understand it's necessary, but that's my
It is, yeah.
gripe with that.
What if it wasn't called like?
So my counter argument to that, the only reason why that movie is so enjoyable and rewatchable is because they lose. Which again, you go back and they erase it and it doesn't happen again. But the fact that at the time that movie came out, you watch it, you go to the theater, and they fucking lose. And it takes them 5 years to figure out how to fucking reverse that shit. So, you know, like you said, you could cut that movie entirely out of the MCU, and the story still holds up, but it just has rewatch value, and that's why I love it. So I picked it.
Yeah, I think it meant more at the time.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think it meant more at the time because there was real time between the two movies.
Right.
So like, obviously we didn't know. We were like, these people died. This is crazy. And then you had to wait a whole year for the next movie or whatever. So I think it didn't mean more at the time, but yeah.
I was gonna say one of the things that pissed me off, but I'm glad they didn't do it, is put the Hulk in it. I think I was like, damn, pissed at the end of it, but then they brought him back the next one, so I was like, cool, I get it. Why they didn't use the Hulk. It's a great movie overall.
But also, he got his ass whooped at the start of that movie.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. All right, fourth pick to end out the round. Let me go Black Panther. First one.
Solid.
Chad Boswick, I got to. Black Panther, I think, set up a lot of things that the MCU
Pivotal.
should have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, bringing in Wakanda, bringing in Vibranium, like where it comes from, connected a lot of things. So, great movie overall. And then Michael B. Jordan does a great job as Killmonger. Probably one of the, I'm going to say, probably one of my favorite villains, and it sucks he was only in for one movie. He's great.
He had to go box people, so.
Stand up for his dad's honor.
He had to be Rocky Balboa's bitch.
Dude, two of his best roles and both of his dads die.
Oh, shit.
Just that kind of guy he is. You have to go. Alright. To start off the second round, let me go Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
For different reasons. I'm not going to say that it's one of the best movies, not action. That shit is funny. And if you're not a Marvel fan, that shit will still make you laugh.
100%. That movie is pure entertainment. It's not. You're not gonna go and watch this like really good in-depth breakdown of Thor as a character. It's just, I'm going and I'm having a good fucking time at the movies.
Joke after joke. Great.
Good movie. It's a little high for me on as far as list goes. It's a little high.
I'm a comedy dude, and that shit.
Also, that wasn't gonna get back to him in the third.
It wasn't, and that shit. It has to be the funniest Marvel MCU movie. Has to be.
Oh, for sure.
It's just
Let's do
funny.
Get Help. We're not gonna do Get Help. Come on, let's do Get Help.
Who's next?
I believe it's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is where it gets a little tough for me, but I think I'm gonna go. It probably won't get back to me, so I'm just gonna go Winter Soldier.
Is that the
Second
Winter Soldier?
Captain
Is that
America
the
movie.
second one?
That's the introduction of Bucky,
Okay.
yeah, or the reintroduction of Bucky.
Gotcha. So this is the introduction to.
This is the
out the
introduction
order.
to Silver Arm, badass,
Right.
only dude
No,
that can
Bucky,
catch
sure.
Captain America's shield.
But also Black Panther, or did Black Panther already?
No, that was Civil
Because-
War was the introduction of Black Panther.
Okay, because he's a big part of this. Obviously, him and Iron Man are
Yeah.
in this movie. I like it. I like Bucky's a huge character. I wish they would do more with Bucky. I think the show puts him back a lot with him and Falcon.
Yeah,
Him as
that
a
definitely
character
set him
should
back
be
a lot.
pushed a lot more than a fucking show.
Winter Soldier was another one that was like, it was such a pivotal movie to the franchise because it set up I mean, without Winter Soldier you don't even get the Wakanda storyline, so
Yeah. 100%.
it was arguably the most important movie leading into the Thanos storyline.
I'm gonna go with the first Iron Man for my pick.
Good pick.
Not on my
The one
list,
that started it all.
and I understand why it should be. Really?
Dude, I like that movie. And also, he's a
It's a really
regular
good movie.
dude that does superhero shit.
Mhm.
Like, this is what I expect Elon to do, and instead he's
In a
making
cage.
trucks that blow up in the fucking
Elon's
hotels.
fucking up, bro.
Dude, he should be able to do all kinds of shit like that. And he's doing nothing.
The only part I don't like about that movie was the villain. Because I felt like, what was his name? The fucking dude, I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, I just didn't like the villain. I think he had better villains than the other Iron Mans. But I don't think the movies are better than the other Iron Mans, if that makes sense.
I can understand that. Like, he
Mandarin.
obviously wasn't a super...
No,
Yeah, the
that's not the
Mandarin was the
Mandarin.
third one. That's the third one. The
it
first
the
one
same guy?
was
The first, his boss,
Ah.
or the guy
his
that
dad's
did
friend that handled the company while, Tony was growing
Yeah,
up or whatever.
the fat bald dude.
He wasn't fat.
He was fat.
Was he?
He's
Oh, it's Obadiah Stane, but
Obadiah. I was going to say Jonah, and I knew that was wrong.
Ironmongers is who he
Yeah.
turns into.
Yeah,
I wish
because he
they
gets
played
the
a better
original
villain.
Iron Man suit. But it's the first of like a 10-year plan, right? The first
get it,
movie
for
in a
sure.
10-year plan. You don't go hardcore with the villain off the bat. You're like, yeah, we're gonna start small.
sure.
We're just gonna kind of get the introduction of these characters. Like even Captain America, Red Skull wasn't really the main villain. It was Hydra as a whole.
Yeah, I'd have to think pretty hard for any of like the original movies. I'd have to think pretty hard.
Thor.
who they
Thor
were.
doesn't have a real actual villain. He doesn't even. He fights the Frost Giants for like 5 minutes in the beginning of the movie, and then he fights that giant metal destroyer.
yeah.
It's not a, you know what I mean? Like all of the original buildup was just we're not going to send them like we're setting them up to fight the bigger bad guy.
I'm glad they gave RDJ the chance because obviously if he didn't hit a home run with it, then I don't know if the MCU happens. But he did. He knocked it out the park, man. Great job.
Yeah.
He is Iron Man.
Shout out to the casting director. I guess besides Don Cheadle, or besides the recast there, but
Also, whoever did Captain Marvel, right? She had some issues too. She had some legal issues going on.
my turn.
It's used. Yep.
It's Angel, yeah.
Perfect. I can't believe this came back to me. Very excited. But with my first pick, or what's round is this, 2?
Second round.
Okay, with the last pick in the second round, I'm gonna take Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, dude, I was between that and Ragnarok. Okay,
You're insane.
then I look at my
Chooses
list.
Ragnarok over No Way Home.
I know, and I had it, bro. But Thor's funnier. But Spider No Way Home is probably, besides Avengers movies, probably the best MCU movie. If I can be real honest.
Has to be. We bring back all the Spider-Mans. We bring back the Spider-Man's best villains still to date. Green Goblin. I mean, nobody beats Green Goblin. Doc Ock looks fantastic. That movie's just 10s all around.
Yeah.
Which the thing about Doc Ock was like, it just made me appreciate the original
Toby?
Spider-Man 2, where you see Doc Ock, because the graphics didn't improve vastly between that time. Like when you first meet Doc Ock in the second Spider-Man movie, he looks just as good as he did in No Way Home, and it's like, dude, that's fucking badass that it lasted all that time, and it's still like it still holds up.
For sure. That's great. Yeah, I love No Way Home. The only thing I will say that was bad about it was maybe it was a little too much, but I love that there was so much. But there was no. If you didn't watch the original Tobey Maguire or the Amazing Spider-Mans, you don't know. Like you don't have a connection to these people,
Right.
which is good and bad, right? Because obviously to us that watch the movies, we know those guys, but somebody that's my son's age at 10, 11, they have no connection to these people.
Yeah. And Andrew Garfield got his redemption moment. He saved Mary Jane.
It's amazing.
That's you, Angel.
Start the third. Start the final.
Okay. And then, perfect. And then going back and starting the third round for my final pick. Once again, I can't believe this is still up there either. I'm going to go with the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Damn, that was gonna be my next pick.
Fantastic introduction to the people. My favorite part of it all is the soundtrack. Just having a phenomenal soundtrack that Guardians of the Galaxy has. God, I fucking love that soundtrack.
All in all, good soundtrack. No, I wouldn't say there was anything bad. I didn't like the casting of
Groot.
not Groot, bro. Vin Diesel getting paid millions to say I am Groot is insane. the and I hate to say this because I love him as an actor. The Step Brothers, not the other guy, not
John C. Reilly.
John C.
John C.
Reilly?
Riley. I don't like his character in that movie as like a tough guy, like head of police, and that's the only part I would say I don't like about that movie.
I think it was done for a comedic value, I guess.
Yeah, that was
obviously
100%.
those Guardians movies are made to be comedies and stuff. So,
Is Guardians funnier than Thor Ragnarok?
No.
Maybe not the first one, but like the third one's pretty good. The third one
can't be funny. That movie's sad as hell.
it's pretty.
It has its moments though.
The
I mean,
third,
all
I
three.
can't
Now what do
remember
I
anything
do?
except-
Open the fucking door.
Dude, I cried in that movie, man. The last one.
Yeah, that movie was fucking.
I mean,
that was a hella emotional
All
movie.
three of them are pretty fucking sad. The movie starts with his
Dude had to
mom
kill his
dying.
dad in the second movie.
Yeah, the first one
he was a
starts with his
jerk
mom
anyways.
dying.
His
He
dad
kills
was
his
his dick.
dad in the second, and the third one's just as sad.
And then he was losing his best friend in the third, like,
Yeah.
or he was
Yeah,
at
they're
risk
all
of losing
sad.
his best friend.
They're all sad for sure.
Yeah. All right, George, you're up.
Last pick in the third round.
Last
Or
pick,
last
or
pick is-
last
or the
pick
third
for
round.
you anyway.
Your last pick in the third, yeah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go with the Avengers movie. I thought that
First
movie
one?
was so good. Yeah, I thought it was so
Yeah.
good until all like the Endgame and Civil War, Infinity War, all that came out. Like before that, you're like, damn, that was a good fucking movie. And then all those came out, and you're like, it was okay, but these were way better. But it wasn't
Yeah.
like it was legit for a good while until
That's-
those other ones came out.
That one was definitely like. It'll always be special because it was the original. Like, it had never been done before. There was never a Justice League movie like that. It was just this was the first time we had seen all those heroes come together,
Yeah.
and it was
Besides,
just a
like,
pure badass moment.
Besides the X-Men movies, this is the first time we saw a
True.
group of individuals.
But the X-Men are
It's-
they begin as a collective. You know what I mean? Like their story isn't.
Yeah.
It's not just here's Wolverine and then he becomes an X. You know what I mean? It was like this is already established as a big group of characters. Avengers was a literal buildup of like superhero. Now they're all going to come together.
I think where they get the most props is there was only 6 of them, right? So when you get X-Men, there's like 20 of them. In the Endgame, there's like 20 Avengers now. They did it with
There's
6.
a mansion full.
Wait.
Dude,
6 of
they-
them.
Yeah, okay, 2 of them were
2 of them didn't even
Black
have
Widow
powers.
and Hawkeye. Like there was 4 Avengers, and they killed this movie with just 4 like, you know what I mean, badass dudes, and 2 humans. Like it's but
2 people that have good aim.
it's,
Yeah,
it's
for
Guy
sure.
with
CGI
a
agents.
$5,000 boat just saving the
It's
world.
it's a bunch of superheroes, and then the guy from the Olympics just has good aim. His hand in his pocket.
The guy from the Olympics.
I've watched a lot of videos about where the arrows come from because he only has like 15, 20,
No, he's
Yeah.
and it's just
pulling
like just all of a sudden has more and more.
It's because they cut away when he's running around and picking them up. He's getting the ones that he missed. He's getting picking them up and putting them back.
What I
I'll
think the
show
true
that.
answer is, I think he has a thing that retracts them. They do come back to him, which could
Have
have
a
a.
magnet.
I don't know,
An
man.
invisible string.
Does he whistle like in Guardians? And then just
They're like boomerang arrows.
Also,
I didn't know he's Australian.
can we also talk down that they only beat Loki, which is not like and a big win?
Right. Well, again, that was another one that was like not the main guy that they're going for. You know what I mean? This is just another like they just went up in tier in
Yeah.
each movie. Like all their villains got better in each phase of the MCU.
Agreed.
I don't know. You said about Loki, but Marvel's Rivals, she's pretty good, man. She's pretty good. It's kind of hard.
In an
I mean-
MCU, is he better than Ultron or Thanos?
He's
Nah. First of all, Ultron should have been the ultimate villain for them because
I
that
think so,
motherfucker is hella OP.
Good pick, George.
Yes.
Mm. I don't want to take another Avengers movie,
I know.
but I feel like all the other movies on my list aren't as like important to the MCU as the ones that I picked before.
If it makes you feel better, I don't want to pick another Black Panther movie.
That's what I'm thinking too. I was like, man, I don't want to take Wakanda Forever. It's a good movie, but it's
Black
not.
Panther.
Fuck it, man. Give me Age of Ultron.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the fall for it.
To backpack to where we're at, I think Age of Ultron has the best, not best, the strongest villain, more than Thanos. I think they nerfed him a lot, and I don't know how someone that controls the internet loses because one island went up in the air. Because he could have just made thousands of himself. Like, I don't understand how they won. How you beat the
internet. It's frustrating because it's like that's it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to come back. He's not going to be a recurrent, like, this motherfucker's always going to be a threat. How did you get rid of him in the course of, like, oh, we dropped this fucking island back to Earth and now he just doesn't exist anymore?
That's what I love. The voice acting too.
That's a movie I need to watch, I think.
James Spader is the shit, yeah.
It's been a while since I saw that one.
Also, what's his name dying?
The less good Silver Surfer.
Pietro?
Not the less good.
He's not the Silver Surfer.
Sorry, not Silver Surfer.
Why can't I think of his name?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Thank you.
Yeah, the lesser Quicksilver.
I like him better than the other guy.
No way.
No, dude.
Except that he's
okay.
Like, he's coming.
The other guy's American. You guys know this, right? We're gonna have this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, comically, it's not accurate, but he was just a better actor, bro.
Yeah,
Magneto's not American, bro.
You can't beat that other scene when he runs fast and puts the music on. That's
throws the headphones on. It's like, I'm going to work. I'm saving all these motherfuckers in this exploding mansion.
George wants to talk about cinematography. That's cinematography at its finest, bro.
Moving the bullets. All right. Let's pull one out. All right, to end out the draft, I'm going to go with... I don't want to go with that one. I want to go with another funny one. All right. To end out the draft, I'm going to go with the first Deadpool movie.
Solid. Not mad at it. Not an MCU movie, but I'm not mad at it.
It is.
It's not an MCU movie. It's not an MCU movie.
It is now.
When it came out, it was not part of the MCU, so it can't be part of it now.
Do you want me to repick it?
It's part of the collection, but it's not an MCU. No. You stick with the original Deadpool movie because it's a solid fucking pick.
It is now a MCU, and I understand it wasn't 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever it came out. I think being the first rated R movie, I think took these Marvel movies to another level that we never seen, and then it only got raunchier throughout the trilogy. So Deadpool definitely gets his flowers.
Gotta get it, gotta get him in there.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us. Leave any comments. Please like the video. Deuces.